Acoustic eclectic music for your Sunday morning, streaming live at hunteratsunrise.com, whrv.org, iTunes, Shoutcast, and Radio Time. We're on your digital radio 89.5 WHRV HD2 Alt Radio. You know we like to do acoustic sessions here on the show, and especially live ones. And joining us here today is Norfolk's Kelsie McNair in our studio. Kelsie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Are you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and ready to play some music for us this morning?
Basically.
Basically. What else? Well, what would you like to play for us first here?
I'm going to play a song called Safe Away.
Excellent. Here is Kelsie McNair here on Hunter at Sunrise.
Loving you is like learning how to run. I'll bury all my end deep within my lungs, where it is safe away. And I remember you watching from afar. You'd sing a song or two, then you'd meet me at the bar, where we were safe away. And though I remember you, I can't make out your face. Yeah, you look familiar, but it seems so out of place. But those were the days. We're riding in the night, you're seeking all the stars, with flowers on the hill, we were kissing in the dark. We were just runaways, and you'll grow up big and strong, just like that cherry wood. If you burn it for too long, it shines brighter than it should. Ashes away. And though I remember you, I can't make out your shape. Yeah, you look familiar, but it seems so out of place. And I can't recall, but did you ever feel the same? And it's a shame, oh, that we were safe. We were safe. Safe away now. Safe away now. Cause one day you might wake with a grin upon that face. You were dreaming of our waters, you were dreaming of our waves. We're anchors away. Cause now and then I think on what it was we made, and I'll travel the world over and I'll never find the same. Cause it's safe away.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Cool song. Is that a new song, or has that been around for a while?
It's about a year old, little baby. So in a way, it's new to me because I'm still trying to figure it out. But for the most part, it's finished.
Oh, okay. So that's still a work in progress? That sounded pretty good for a work in progress.
Thank you.
So, oh, by the way, it's Kelsie McNair here on Hunter at Sunrise. You were telling me you just drove in from Brooklyn.
I did. I was there for the week for CMJ.
So what is that exactly?
CMJ is a music festival based in New York, and it's in a bunch of different venues, and they have showcases from different labels and PR companies, and I have a really great friend named Caitlin Pascoe who has her own PR company called Drunken Piano Records, or sorry, PR, and they they had their first CMJ showcase, so I went out to support and watch all of her bands.
That must have been a lot of fun.
It was awesome. I'm glad I have friends I can support in this way.
Yeah, well, you are a singer-songwriter, and how many songs have you gotten together? You think you're going to be able to put out an album or something?
Yeah, I'm actually working with local superstar J. Cole to make my first ever full-length album. My project is called Pyrrhic Whim. Pyrrhic is this really beautiful word spelled P-H-R-Y-Y. No, P-Y-H-R-R-I-C. And it's a term that we found that is in relation to a victory in which the victor loses so much in the battle that it wasn't worth the fight. So
wow.
It's this really beautiful, heartbreaking, but victorious term that I feel really coincides with the way that I write music. Using so much of my heart power and my energy into making something that just happens to be very sad.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And where will you be recording this, do you think?
We are still in production mode right now. We're finishing out all of the demos hopefully by the end of November, and then we'll start working on recording in December. So I'm not really sure where we're going to go yet or who we're going to work with, but J. Cole's amazing. He's doing all of the composing and kind of making these elaborate soundscapes that fill out the spaces within the song. So I like to imagine that I'm giving him these bones, which is just like me and my not the best guitar playing and the songwriting, and he's creating these elaborate productions around them, which is really awesome and super special.
Well, I didn't know we had a superstar in our midst. He said he's a superstar. He must be very special. We're talking with Kelsie McNair here on 100 at Sunrise. Now, besides singing and writing songs, you also own a shop, right, down in Ghent?
I do. It's called With Lavender and Lace Boutique, and we are celebrating 3 years on November 15th at the Parlor, if anyone wants to come. I started it as an Etsy shop when I was in art school, trying to make extra cash. And it became an obsession, and I got really image-driven and started working with my friends and collaborating with creative people. And then when I moved here, because I'm from Virginia Beach originally, I found a tiny, tiny, tiny storefront in the back of the Tap House on West 21st Street.
Okay.
And I mean, it was a closet. But we started there for a year, and it seemed to be working out, so I invested in, we expanded, and now we're on 617 Colonial Avenue. Wow.
What kinds of things do you have in your boutique?
We have, my main thing is women's vintage and vintage-inspired clothing. I practice, we're basically like a really awesomely curated secondhand shop that I'm sourcing mostly myself. So we have a lot of women's clothing, we have a lot of accessories, some handmade products locally that I found that my friends are making or that people around this area have been crafting and creating that I think work with the aesthetic of the shop. We also have a awesome record section by a guy named Daniel White. He lives in Richmond. He has his own label, and he's been he brings in all these awesome records, and they're really really priced well because his overhead is really low, and so it's a great space. I feel like people come in and they're excited about it, and everyone gets to play dress up and I don't know, get really girly, which I'm into.
I see, I see. Well, what else would you like to play for us here?
I am going to tune and get into this song called Gardenia, which when I went to art school, I was studying a little bit about the language of fruit and flowers, which I'm still really obsessed with, Flora, and, sorry.
Well, one thing I might want to mention, she was showing me these phone cases that she's making with Flora. It was really quite amazing. If we wanted to find out more about your shop, do you have a website?
WithLavenderandLace.com.
Okay. No, that's kind of interesting. I was there earlier and I was looking at it. You have quite an interesting array of stuff there.
it's mostly cases right now. I sell iPhone 4, 5, and 6 size cases. I also do some Galaxies. But I'm really interested in this collaboration of natural things on these technological devices that we sort of live our lives through and on. So not only is it like this amazing decor that you get to walk around with, but you have actual like pressed flowers on your phone, and I even go as far to like transcribe what they mean. On the website, you each case has a little like bio about what the flowers have meant throughout history, specifically the Victorian era. But yeah.
What's this song you're going to be doing for us here?
It's called Gardenia. Oh, and Gardenia means secret love.
Okay, here is Kelsie McNair here on 100 Sunrise. Kelsie McNair here on Hunter at Sunrise. How long have you been performing, and how long have you been writing songs?
Before everything ever happened, I've been doing music. I was in the Virginia Children's Choir, which is crazy because I didn't know anything about Ghent. I lived in Virginia Beach, and I just happened to find this choir. My mom put me in it. I was in first grade, and it met at this church right on Colonial, which is now where my shop is, like really, really close to.
Huh.
I was in it for about 6 years, which I think trained me in a way that I don't remember, but vocally it might have exercised and helped me understand my voice a little bit more. But I've been writing on and off for a few years. I consequently have to be in like kind of heartbreak to be writing good stuff that I feel really great about. So
I hope you're not in heartbreak too much.
I'm not.
Okay.
I probably just overly feel things.
I understand
but I think
that.
that's just an artist thing.
I can understand that.
But the last couple of years I've been working on this body of material that will be the Pyrrhic Whim album. And all of the songs I'm playing today will be on it, and they'll be epic and huge and filled with things like harp and clarinet and stringed arrangements.
How many songs do you hope to have on the album?
So far 10. I haven't talked to Jake yet, but I think I want to do maybe one more. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing the guitar?
I taught myself in the 8th grade. I remember my mom was like, you should learn guitar, and I was really young, and I was like, that is not cool. I will not learn guitar.
Guitar isn't cool.
I didn't think it was cool. Like, I was like, no, I can't. I'll just sing around like Orphan Annie. I really loved Annie when I was young.
Right.
So I thought that maybe like musical theater was my future, but I do not think musical theater was my future, and I'm glad I didn't keep going with that. But I learned, I just had like one lesson, and I got really obsessed with the Jewel record, Pieces of You, and I didn't even know what most of it meant at that time, but I just started getting tabs, and I like acted like a little, I just picked one string a day and tried to get it, and like after a year I had like a whole song that I learned how to finger pick, which I think now is why I'm like so I use a lot of finger picking in my music. But yeah, I've been playing on and off for a long time. I'm not particularly great at guitar, but it's great because I can now collaborate with artists who are really great at instruments. The songwriting, I think, is my strongest suit.
Well, let me ask you this, and if you feel uncomfortable answering it, that's okay. But if you had a choice between the singer-songwriter side of you and the boutique, which would you take?
Well, if I only got to pursue one?
Yeah.
Oof. Well, I think the music side of me it just is me. I don't have to work hard or produce it or fancify it or anything. It is like innately who I am,
sure. One
half of me. So I mean, I think that would literally always carry. I would always be writing.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I'm a performer in the way that the shop makes me. A shop owner, vibrant, smiley, enthusiastic woman, which I am, but I also have this other side of me.
Sure.
That's very soft.
Well, it sounds like you could do both.
Like. Oh, totally. And I'm conquering.
Yes, there you go. What else would you like to play for us here?
I'm going to play a song called, I'm trying to think if I want to, I'm going to play a song called Our Own Time.
Okay. Here's Kelsie McNair here on Hunter at Sunrise.
Don't wanna be predictable, but I ain't got much left to lose. Every time I turn around, I meet the hollow thought of you. I'm going crazy with these hazy memories of mine. You remind me what we were like in our own time, like in our
Sunrise here with Kelsie McNair. I really appreciate you coming down here today. This has been cool.
Thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. And the name of the new album you're working on again is what?
Pyrrhic Whim. Pyrrhic. I haven't really announced it or shown anyone yet, so you're literally just hearing it.
Oh,
and
wow.
Once it gets going, like, there'll be a lot of push for it, but now it's sort of a secret that I just told everyone.
Well, great. We like breaking news here on Hunter at Sunrise, believe me. And the name of your shop, why don't you tell people the name of your shop again?
It's called With Lavender and Lace, and it's located at 617 Colonial Avenue in historic Ghent.
And it has a website.
Yep,
You can check it out.
With lavenderandlace.com.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for coming in today. This has been rather exciting. This has been a breaking news. I love it. I love it. Kelsie McNair here on Hunter at Sunrise. Thanks so much for listening today. And a reminder that next weekend we're going to have Carrie Rodriguez on the show. In fact, she will be kind of kicking off a whole month of indie artists coming into the show for acoustic sessions. So I hope you'll join me next week for Carrie Rodriguez. This show will be on demand starting at 11:30 this morning. In fact, all of our shows are on demand at hunteratsunrise.com. We also have our playlists there. You can check out our concert calendar, and these podcasts are there for you to download to whatever device you'd like to download them to. So check it all out at hunteratsunrise.com. We're going to end up here today with a brand new album from Rhodes. It is called Home. Actually, make it an EP. It's called Home. And what I thought we'd hear going out is Breathe. I hope you all breathe easy here this week. This is Rhodes. You've been listening to Hunter at Sunrise here on 89.5 WHRV HD2 Alt Radio, Norfolk, Virginia, and hunteratsunrise.com.